Kyota, is now a good time?
Oh, hey, Nanae. What's up?
There's something really important I want to talk to you about.
Sounds serious. Did something happen?
Well, yes it did. I think you're going to be super shocked by what I'm about to tell you. So please prepare yourself.
Okay, so what's going on?
I'm out doing my freelance work at a cafe in a shopping center. And your mom was sat in a seat right behind me until just now.
Huh? My mom?
We had our backs to each other. It seems like she didn't realize I was behind her at all.
That's unusual. It's not like my mom to be out drinking tea in a cafe.
So, anyway, she was with some guy I didn't recognize.
Huh?
I overheard them saying all sorts of things. It seemed like the man she was with was her lover.
What? Wait, what? What are you talking about?
You must be shocked. I couldn't believe it myself. I started recording their conversation as soon as I realized what was going on. I want you to listen to it later.
I see. Okay, I will.
I am sorry to have messaged you with this kind of thing. But there's no way I could keep it to myself.
Don't worry about it. It must have been really unpleasant for you to suddenly find yourself listening to something so awful. I am sorry for my mom's behavior.
Don't be silly. You have nothing to apologize for, Kyota.
Let's carry on talking about this at the house, okay? Probably gonna have to let my dad know what's going on, too.
Right. Okay.
Nanae, are you there?
Hello.
There's a little thing I want to ask you to do for me.
Oh? What is it?
Well, you see, the week after next, from Thursday until Sunday, would you mind stopping by the house every now and then to check my husband?
Your husband?
That's right. There's a school reunion being held in my hometown on the Saturday. So I plan on staying with my parents for a little while since they're close by. But, as you know, my parents live a very long way away.
Of course. It takes about 5 hours from here, including changeovers from both the bullet and the regular trains, right?
That's right. That's why it makes more sense to stay over at my parents' place. I'd like to have plenty of time to relax while I'm there.
I see. So you plan on leaving the Thursday after next, is that right?
Don't get me wrong, my husband is quite capable of looking after the house by himself. But I'm probably just worrying too much. But I would be grateful if you could show your face at the house every now and then, just to check on how he's doing. Oh, and he'll be working as usual on Thursdays and Fridays, so you only need to check him on the evenings on those days.
Got it. I do freelance work from home, so I'm fairly flexible when it comes to my schedule. Sure, leave it to me. I want your mind to be at ease.
Thank you, Nanae. You're such a sweetie.
That's okay. Kyota, your mom just messaged me. It's just like I thought. She's planning on going away. From Thursday till Sunday, the week after next, apparently. She asked me to check in on your dad every now and then while she's gone.
Even while she's away doing that, she still worries about my dad. Either that, or it's some kind of trick to try to camouflage what she's doing.
I don't know anything about that. But I do know that the school reunion she's supposedly going to doesn't exist. I know this must be difficult for you, Kyota. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm pleased you told me.
What about your dad? You met him at a local restaurant and told him everything, right?
Yeah. We're together now, actually. I played him the recording, too.
Your poor dad. How did he take it?
Well, you see... Turns out he actually suspected my mom was up to something for a while now.
He did?
He said he had an inkling something fishy was going on, but was depressed and anxious because he had no evidence. He seemed weirdly relieved when I told him, as if he was finally able to process his feelings. I mean, I guess I kinda understand what he means.
I see. Well, if your dad's mind's made up, that just leaves one thing.
Yeah, you're right. Let's settle this.
Yeah. Hey, how are the preparations for your school reunion going? Are you having a good time?
Oh, hello, Nanae. Yes, I'm having a blast. I am back in the family home after all. The house might be in my brother's name now, but that's not to say my dad isn't still alive and kicking. There's something so soothing about being back at the house I grew up in.
Really? I'm so pleased to hear that.
Did you want something?
Oh, please forgive me. I messaged you because there's a little something I wanted you to confirm with me.
What is it?
Am I right in thinking the school reunion's being held tomorrow? Saturday, right?
That's right. All of my old friends from high school will be getting together to catch up over some drinks. By the way, and this is just between us ladies, okay? But apparently my first boyfriend, the first boy I ever fell in love with, is coming too! To tell you the truth, I feel a bit giddy. But don't tell Kyoto or my husband about that, will you?
Oh, you're such a minx. Look at you all loved up like a teenage girl.
I thought with you being a girl too, you'd understand what it feels like to get giddy over a boy.
That's nice. To be honest, I think I'd rather not understand the feelings of someone who cheats on their husband.
What?
Let's just be straight with each other, shall we? This school reunion of yours never existed, did it?
Of course it does! Just like I told you, it's being held in my hometown!
It's just there are a few things that seem more than a little strange to me. For example, when Kyoya asked your husband, he said he had no recollection of you mentioning anything like that.
Huh?
I did think there was a chance you might just forgot to tell him, though. So, you know how the 3 houses around your parents' place belong to your old classmates from high school? When we asked them about the reunion, none of them had heard anything about it. We even tracked out some of your other classmates and asked them too, but surprise, surprise, no word of any kind of reunion. How do you explain all of this?
Well,
Where are you right now?
I already told you, I'm at my parents' house.
That's strange, because I'm at your parents' house right now.
What?
No one here knows anything about you coming home. Admit it, you're not here, are you?
Oh, that's right. No, I'm not there yet. Oh dear, I forgot to tell them. I forgot in my head if it wasn't screwed on.
Really?
I, decided on a whim to stop by at a nearby tourist spot on the way. I never planned on coming here originally, so I admit this has all been rather careless of me. It appears I surprised you all. But I'm sorry to have troubled you. But would you please stop with these strange accusations that I'm having an affair? People might get the wrong idea. I feel guilty if I showed up on the doorstep announced and I was staying out of the blue, even if they are my family. That's why I decided to book a hotel, so I'll be staying there for tonight. I'm so sorry for the hassle, but please, could you pass the message on to my family?
There are some things that just don't add up, though.
What do you mean?
Why don't you seem concerned about the fact that I'm suddenly at your parents' house? Aren't you curious as to why?
Well,
On top of that, you still haven't given me an adequate explanation as to why there's no evidence of this school reunion actually existing.
Well, that's,
Kyota wants to speak to you now.
Huh? Kyota? Oh no, you're with Kyota right now?
Yes, we're together.
What is this? Am I being interrogated?
You'll be getting a message from him now.
Mom.
Kyota? Nanane was saying all sorts of strange things about me just now. It's not true. Just ignore her.
His name's Takano, right? The guy you're cheating on Dad with?
What?
I won't go into detail, but sure enough, we know everything. It was pretty easy to find out the rest once we knew his name. Takano's the guy you mentioned in your message to Nanae. Your first boyfriend from back in high school, right? You two reignited your old relationship when you were reunited at a school reunion 5 years ago. When you caught wind of him having just divorced his wife, you invited him for a drink and ended up spending the night together in a hotel. After that, when he started getting serious about you, he decided to move to our town where you lived with Dad. Captivated by his intensity, you got serious about him too. And you resolved to use Dad's impending retirement as your opportunity to file for a divorce. You planned on coming up with some nonsensical reasons to justify the divorce that you couldn't be held legally responsible. And we're getting ready to take half of Dad's stuff, including his pension and alimony. Then marry Takano so the two of you could live happily ever after. Does that sound more or less accurate? Feel free to correct me if I got anything wrong. But let me make one thing clear. That is not mere guesswork or speculation.
How on earth?
Listen up, Mom. Remember that time you met Takano for a coffee at that cafe inside the shopping center a little while back? While you were sat and merrily chatting away, a certain acquaintance of yours was sat with their back to you in the seat directly behind you.
What?
That person heard everything, from the two of you reminiscing with delight over being reunited, all the way up until the situation between the two of you today. Including your little scheme to try and steal Dad's retirement money, among other things. They recorded everything from start to finish and handed it over to me as proof. We did some further research based on the recording, and that's how we know what we know now.
What? Someone recorded us? Who was it?
That's not important. By the way, as for Dad's retirement next week, that pension money you've got in your crosshairs will be getting paid into a different bank account to the one his salary goes into every month. Which means you won't be able to get your greedy hands on it. I guess you could call it Dad trusting his gut. It's not necessarily that he had any evidence you were doing what you were doing. Somehow or other, he felt like having his retirement fund paid into a separate bank account would be the right thing to do, and it looks like he was right.
No way!
There's one more important thing I've got to tell you. The proceedings for your divorce with Dad are already well underway.
What?
You already had some divorce papers with your signature on it stashed away in the drawer in your dresser, didn't you?
How did you know about?
We found them while we were getting your belongings together.
What? My belongings?
Here's a message from Dad. What the hell are you playing at? Think you'd do something like this at your age? I don't need a wife who cheats on me. Looks like you already had the divorce papers ready. So I did you a favor and took them down to the registration office. However, I fully intend on extracting as much compensation as I can out of you and Takano. Goodbye.
Please, wait.
We got all your belongings together and had them dropped off at your parents' house.
What?
We went out of our way to rent a moving van and have them taken there for you.
Why would you do such a thing?
Isn't it obvious? You're divorced now, which means you have nowhere else to go but your parents' place, right? The house belongs to Dad, after all.
You have no right to go doing that without my permission.
Rights? Permission? You lost any claim to those things when you decided to cheat on Dad. Besides, weren't you the one planning to file for divorce? All Dad did was put his signature next to yours on the papers you already had. What's the problem? Shouldn't you be pleased?
No, you've got this all wrong. It's not like that.
Anyway, Dad asked me to tell you to only contact him through his lawyer from now on.
His lawyer?
As for me and Nanae, we don't really feel like speaking to you ever again.
Wait, Kyota!
It turned out my mother-in-law was in the middle of a lover's holiday at a famous tourist spot near her parents' place. 2 hours after the last message, she turned up at her old house where Kyota's dad was, and frantically rang the doorbell. Apparently my stepdad completely ignored her, at which point she went to mine and Kyota's house. However, since me and him stayed the night at a hotel on the way back from his parents' house, we didn't end up seeing her. And then my mother-in-law was forced to pay compensation to my dad. But her lover, who had used his entire pension to cover it, was furious with her, and their relationship fell apart. "This is all your fault," he said. She didn't like the idea of having to go back to live with her parents either. Now she's living in a cheap rundown apartment a little way away from her hometown, working like a dog to pay the compensation she owes to my stepdad. Up until this whole affair, she'd been a stay-at-home wife this whole time. As such, she probably would have never imagined she'd end up spending what should have been her retirement years working to exhaustion.
Hey Meg, I just wanted to let you know I started dating this awesome guy. He's so sweet. I hope you can meet him soon. But I wanted to ask how the business trip is going. Hi Jamie, the trip is going well. Nothing exciting is happening like you finding a guy. Do you think he will last? I hope so. We haven't gone that far because we've only been on a few dates. I like him though, and maybe he's a keeper. I hope so too, for your sake. Can I know his name? Nope. I want him to introduce himself to you and the parents when the time is right. When will you be back from your trip? I don't know. It was supposed to be a couple of weeks, but now they think it will be a month. Several issues keep coming up. Oh, that sucks. Let me know when you'll be back in town. Of course, I will. Hey Jamie, how's it going? I'll be coming back soon. Hi, I think the guy I'm dating has another love interest. He seems glued to his phone. I'm sorry, I hope it's nothing. Do you know if he has any family out of town? He said his parents are in California and he has no siblings. Maybe he's chatting with his parents. 80-year-olds chatting that much? Yeah, seems kind of strange. I don't know. You can try stealing his phone and checking it. I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to be the first to break the trust just in case it is nothing. That's understandable. I gotta go now. Another annoying meeting. Alright, see you soon. Jamie, the guy I was talking with just invited me to go on a cruise this next week. I said yes, I'm so excited. What guy? Is he trustworthy? It's a cruise with fancy restaurants, bars, and who knows what else. I'd go with Shrek if he asked. Besides, he and I have been getting to know each other a lot. Shrek wasn't a serial killer. Oh, please, that's ridiculous even to think. We'd be on a boat. Where could he possibly run? Alright. I just want you to be safe. I'll be fine, Jamie. Don't worry about me. You're my little sister. It's my job. Yeah. Just don't worry yourself sick. Don't give me a reason to. When are you leaving for this cruise? After tomorrow. I got the week off from work since the business trip was way over time. That's nice of them. I know, right? Well, I gotta go now and do some packing. You won't believe how amazing this thing is. It has a pool, fine restaurant, all-you-can-eat buffet all day long, so many bars, and their room is extremely cozy. This is truly a dream on the water. Sounds like you're having a great time. How's the guy? He's awesome. His name is Kyle and he's so fun. He managed to get us a room at the front of the boat. He originally wanted a room at the back, but something happened with the registration and we were moved. Minor inconvenience for me. Oh, that's unfortunate. I hope no other problems happen. I doubt anything so bad can happen that would ruin this. Jamie, do you know anything to help a sick stomach? You're sick? No, Kyle is. He must have eaten something bad at the sushi restaurant. He's thrown up a couple times. You can get him a ginger ale and some salted crackers. Those help soothe upset stomachs. If he ate something bad, let his body get rid of it. It's strange that he got sick. I ate the same thing. I guess his body can process it. Maybe. I'll get those things and make him rest. He'll be better tomorrow. Hate for him to be sick the whole time. Yeah, that would be really stink. Hey Jamie, you didn't tell me about how things are going with your boyfriend. Did you find out who Louis was texting? No, he's away on a work retreat. I won't be seeing him for a week. I'm planning on dumping him anyways because the chemistry between us has been long lost. I'm so sorry. I'm not too sad about it. I have some ideas on how to make him pay for wasting my time. Oh, cool! I had to be in his shoes. What will you be doing today on your cruise? I'm glad you asked. We'll be spending the day on a Greek island. I can't wait. That sounds awesome. I got a new job working for a shipyard. It's been going on for a couple of days. You never told me you were looking for a new job. What happened to your old one? I started looking for a new one a while back, and when the shipyard called me back, I took the opportunity. I wanted to try something new. I was getting stuck in my routine. What do you do in a shipyard? Isn't it for building ships? Yes, I'm building boats. You know me, more comfortable with a hammer than with a makeup brush. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing well. We're about to dock at the island. Have fun! Jamie, you won't believe what happened to Kyle. His swim trunks dissolved in the water. He was butt naked coming out of the water and didn't even notice until he saw everyone staring at him or shielding their eyes. That's hilarious. Did he have to wrap himself in a banana leaves like Tarzan? No, he just used his towel to wrap himself, but not before everyone saw his, you know. Yeah, I know. Where did he get such cheap swim trunks? I don't know, but he said they look different from the ones he bought. But you know, man, they can't see things right in front of them half of the time. Yeah, he probably just forgot he packed them. Provided a spectacle no one will ever forget, that's for sure. Oh, that he did. Everyone had their phones out recording his attempt to find his trunks in the water and scrambling for his towel. Imagine walking through the corridors of that ship where you know everyone has seen your manhood. Must be hell of embarrassing. Are you doing something else today? Definitely. You can see it in the people's faces that they do want to chuckle as they pass us by. As for the rest of the evening, just dinner. Maybe I'll get lucky. Besides, everyone saw it, so I might as well use it. Oh, really? He's turned into something more than just a cruise ride? Possibly. He seems like a good material? Yeah, I don't know if he's the one though, but I would like to hope I won't be single forever. Don't most of us wish that? Yeah, but finding the right guy is hard. Don't let your standards go down. He may not be the best material. It's only one night, Jamie. I don't expect anything to really come from it. Sure, he's sweet and all, brought me on a cruise, which is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm happy to have some fun tonight, maybe more than one night even. I don't have to tell you to use protection. You just did, sis. Oh, how clumsy of me. Well played. I'll see you later. See you. Jamie, did you jinx us or something? What could you possibly mean? We didn't do it last night. Kyle wasn't up for it. Oh, that's strange. I guess he doesn't like me that much. That doesn't happen because of that. Sometimes it just doesn't work. You know that. But it seemed like he wanted to do it. It just never happened. Remember how yesterday he was filmed with his trunks dissolved? Yeah, what about it? The video was posted on social media and has become viral overnight. That must be quite a blow. It is. It's okay. Maybe tonight he'll be in a better condition, both physically and mentally. I hope so. Why didn't you try in the morning? You grew up with me. When have I ever been a morning person? That's true. What will you be up to today? We're stopping at Santorini, Greece. Isn't that exciting? Try not to slip into the volcano. Volcano? Yeah, Santorini is a caved-in volcano. You'll see. You've been? Of course not, but I like to learn about different places that I would love to go to one day. It's on my bucket list. Cool. I'll be sipping cocktails in a volcano. Yep. I hope you have a memorable afternoon. I'm beginning to wonder if there's some sort of curse on us. Something bad seems to happen every day that is rather weird. He gets sick, his trunk dissolves resulting in an embarrassing video, and today we couldn't find his wallet. We searched all over the room and missed the first boat out to the shore. Did you find it, at least? Well, we went down to see if there was another boat to shore later. They said there was, so we returned to the room and his wallet was on the bedstand as clear as day. It was like someone hid it and replaced it when we left. That is very strange. Yes, and shortened our time on the island by almost 2 hours. I just can't believe we turned the room upside down for the wallet to be right on the bedstand all along. When would someone have entered your room? In the morning, while at breakfast, housekeeping works fast on the ship and our room is one of the first. Did you ask? Well, that's even weirder. The wallet didn't have anything stolen. All the money and the cards were still inside. So if housekeeping tampered with it, they'd steal anything. I almost wonder if they accidentally took it and returned it when they noticed. That seems like the most logical explanation. Luckily, nothing was stolen, so no real harm was done except wasted time. Anyways, we had a good time in Santorini. It really is a beautiful place. You should visit. That's the plan. Hey, we're going to tour Athens today. Is there anything that could go wrong? I'm almost expecting something to happen. It would be surprising if we got through this day without an incident. Things going that bad? Seems so. Either he gets sick, or we lose something, or he gets looks from other passengers. We'll be sure to lock our rooms today and not allow housekeeping in. That's a good start in avoiding catastrophe. Let's hope he doesn't get sick again. I know, that would be annoying for me and horrible for him. Anyways, on our way to breakfast now. Have fun today. Well, remember how you said you hope he doesn't get sick? You jinxed him again. He got sick again. But this time, instead of showing up a few times, it was like someone put laxatives in his breakfast. Can you imagine walking through Athens on tour, having a guy run into every available public bathroom and spending a long while inside? My tour of Athens was about public bathrooms. I learned everything you need to know about the Athenians' bathroom. Oh my god, that's awful. Probably more awful for him, but still awful for you too. Did he rehydrate himself though? Oh, you will not believe how many bottles of water this human chugged down. I expected him to fill up like a water balloon. As horrible as that sounds, that image makes me chuckle. It wasn't like he kept all the water inside because 10 minutes later he was releasing it all into one of the many Greek toilets. Ew, didn't need that added to the image. I'm sorry your trip to Athens was so miserable. Well, despite that issue, I did enjoy seeing the city and eating traditional food. It's such a rich culture. I'm glad some of the afternoon was enjoyable. Yes, and it was a beautiful day for it too. Not too hot that we were dying. Kyle will be in bed for the rest of the evening, so I'm just hanging out at the deck pool. If you get the chance, go on a cruise. It's worth it even if your partner is suffering. I'll put that on my bucket list. The cruise, not the suffering partner. I'm heading to bed now. What time is it there? Isn't it actually supposed to be in the middle of the night? Which is why I'm going to bed now. Jamie, why are you staying up so late? So I can speak with you. But you was in the morning. This can't be good for you. I'm doing fine, don't worry. Alright, good night. Good night. Today we're sailing back. Then we fly back to the States. I have a feeling Kyle is relieved. I would be too if I went through all of that. Why do you think he went through it? I don't know. Bad luck, I guess. Or maybe karma. What for? Cheating on his girlfriend. His girlfriend? He didn't tell me he had a girlfriend. Of course he didn't. He's cheating on her with you. What? How do you know this? Well, first off, Kyle suffered from some food poisoning on your first day, right? Yeah, from the sushi, we thought. Someone probably slipped a bit of minor poison in it to give him a really upset stomach. What? Who did that? His corn girlfriend, I would imagine. But how'd you know this? I'm getting there. Be patient. You said his swim trunks dissolved in the water on your second day? Yes. I'm pretty sure someone swapped his normal trunks for the special one. You even said he remembered packing a different pair. Housekeeping. And the same thing with his wallet. You mentioned how someone accidentally took it and returned it. Do you think they purposely took it so we would be late and panic? Most likely. And then in Athens, someone really did put laxatives in his breakfast. I need to find out who this person is. What for? Wouldn't you do the same if he cheated on you with another woman? I don't think I will be as organized and sophisticated as that. I mean, the lengths this woman went through to ensure he had a lousy time? I appreciate her not going after me. You weren't her main target. She probably knew you were ignorant of the whole situation. I certainly was. I'm glad I didn't sleep with him. Actually, that reminds me. Is there something that could be ingested that would cause a man to not be able to get excited? Yeah, and I can imagine the woman used that. Devilish. I know, right? Jamie, how do you know this? Oh, right. Well, I didn't get a job at a shipyard. I got a job as a crew member on a vacation cruise ship. Wait, are you saying... Kyle is my boyfriend. Well, used to be before he cheated on me with my sister. Oh my god! Jamie, you? Yes, I'm the woman. When Meg returned to her hometown and met Jamie, they decided to add a message to the viral video about what Kyle did. To spread the story, Jamie posted about him cheating on her with her sister and how she got revenge, so the video became even more viral. Soon after that, Carl's friends looked down on him in disgust. They deserted him and left him to marinate in his shame. His female coworkers treated him cruelly, and the man avoided him until he had no choice but to quit his job. Realizing the mess he was in, he moved out of town to live with his mother until he could get his life back together, if that was even possible. He escaped to a small town where people didn't know him and he could disappear for a while. Jamie and Meg become so much closer than before after the events of the cruise. Jamie got a job at the same place as Meg so that they could have each other's backs if the situation ever called for it. Thanks to Jamie's post, many men and women commended her and Meg for sharing. They worked well together and eventually got promoted at the same time. In the end, Jamie and Meg were happy the incident bonded them so tightly.